Tonight on Connecticut's news station, the Elm City rocked by violence after a spree of shootings and accidents. Plus, a church burned to the ground, but the congregation is sticking together and staying strong. And a man killed in a hit and run last night in Hartford. Why police are asking for your help.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. It was a weekend full of violence in the Elm City with one pedestrian crash and 3 separate shootings, killing 1 and injuring 2 others as police still search for answers. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joins us live outside of New Haven Police Headquarters. DeAndrea?
Well, it has been a busy last 24 hours here, Carmen, for police here at New Haven Police Department, confirming that 1 person is dead, 26-year-old Tanya Rodriguez. Police are saying that she went up to 3 men fighting on her block when one of them allegedly shot and killed her. That person was arrested on scene. And now I went to another place where another shooting happened yesterday, and I spoke with a neighbor who didn't want his face shown on camera, but he tells me that yesterday was a very scary day for him.
Don't make no sense what's happening in New Haven.
Saturday evening.
Last 24 hours have been like a melee. I mean, stuff has been happening. Things have been happening all over the city.
Into early Sunday morning, there were 3 shootings, one turning into the murder of 26-year-old Tanya Rodriguez. Leon Guerrero was arrested and charged with murder. Each shooting and this murder happening all in an 8-hour span.
That's a shame.
A resident on Huntington Street was just feet away from the first shooting that police say happened around 5:40 p.m.
Boy, it was about 1.5 yards from me. The ones in the car started shooting first, then they pulled out and they started shooting.
Leaving behind bullet-riddled cars and homes.
Oh, it's getting worse. It's not getting better no way, no form, no fashion, none.
Another person was shot while watching a stunt driving show in the Lowe's parking lot. All this leaving local activists like Reverend Boise Kimber worried.
I'm concerned on whether or not we had enough personnel on the weekend to certainly be in the proximity or in those areas where we feel that crime is high and the people are just in the streets.
He says he hopes that this isn't a reflection of what the future of summer will hold.
I'm just hoping that and praying that this is just isolated events, and hoping that the department get ahead of it and find out exactly whether it is gang or just random shooting.
And now police say that the woman who was struck on the pedestrian who was struck on Whaley Avenue, she is expected to make a full recovery, and they are still investigating the other shootings that happened around New Haven yesterday evening. For now in New Haven, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
DeAndrea, thank you. And time now for the weather. I'm sure some of you heard that thunder and heavy rain last night into this morning, and thankfully that cleared out eventually. Let's check in with meteorologist Ryan Breton. Ryan, that thunder was pretty loud.
Overnight, Carmen, some hail too, but a lot of heavy rain straight through this morning. We needed every drop of this rain, and we got quite a lot. 3 inches of it in Willimantic, more than 3 in Windsor Locks. We'll share a full listing of town-by-town totals coming up. Most of the rain is over and the clouds have started to break apart, but there is one isolated shower trying to go through New Haven right now. It may scrape by East Haven and Branford in the next 10 or 15 minutes. The majority of the rain, though, off to our east. Back to the west, there is some cloud cover, but also some clearing, which is important because we have a chance at seeing the northern lights tonight. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes as well. You can see as we go through the night, we'll have a variably cloudy sky, and then tomorrow some sunshine to start. But during the day tomorrow, clouds will bubble up and there could be an isolated shower in the afternoon. And tomorrow will play out like most days this week, with some sun in the morning, developing clouds, an afternoon shower possible, and temperatures on the cool side. This will be a cool week ahead with temperatures near or even below average most of the days. A big change from the last couple of weeks. We'll talk more about that, the northern lights and all the rain we got coming up in just a little while. Carmen?
Thanks, Ryan. The community at the Congregational Church of Eastford coming together tonight after a terrible fire burned the building to the ground. After the news hit, the community gathered for services in the Eastford School instead. The Reverend sharing a picture from the fire and said in part, "God is good. He is doing something good, and the church is not a building. It is all of us, his precious saints." Officials say the fire started just before 3:30 a.m. and crews from several departments came in to respond. Firefighters say the fire was shooting through the roof. Crews from around 10 different departments came in, some from far away as Providence, Rhode Island. Thankfully, no one was injured, and crews had the fire under control by 6:30.
It was a defensive operations only at the point that once we got here, we couldn't go inside due to the volume of fire, so everything was done from the exterior. It was a lengthy process, a lot of heavy fire. We had power lines to contend with, and obviously the thunderstorm coming through the area tampered the operations as well.
In total, around 10 to 12 departments responded to the fire. There's no word yet on where the church will continue to meet while the church is rebuilt. Hartford police are asking for the public's help tonight in locating a suspect in a fatal hit and run. This happened around 11 last night on Farmington Avenue near Gillette Street. Police arrived and found a 30-year-old man seriously injured in the road. Officers took the man to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police say they are looking for a white SUV, possibly a Chevrolet Trailblazer with a roof rack and sunroof. Anyone with any information is asked to call Hartford Police. Colchester Fire responded this morning to a fire on Westchester Road. This happened around 11 a.m., but luckily it only took 10 minutes to get the fire out. The fire department reported no injuries, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. And a family is without a home tonight in North Haven after a lightning strike starts a house fire. The fire started this morning around 3 a.m. and quickly spread, causing the firefighters to start attacking the blaze from the roof. The North Haven Fire Department reports no one was injured, and the family was able to get out due to working smoke detectors, but the house is unlivable as of tonight. Tomorrow, Connecticut Academy of International Studies will work with trained facilitators from Goya's Care Initiative to teach their 7th grade students about sex trafficking awareness. Goya Cares is providing the school educational curriculum on trafficking with a video and a Q&A session. Trafficking has been a focus of the social studies curriculum at the Academy of International Studies for over a decade. In 2013, students started an extracurricular group called Student Abolitionists Stopping Slavery to raise awareness. Tomorrow's event will kick off at 9:30. Also tomorrow, one Connecticut teacher is headed to the White House as the President and First Lady celebrate the 2023 Teachers of the Year. Bristol Eastern High science teacher Carolyn Kilma was one of 5 finalists for the nation's highest teaching award. And though she didn't take home the top prize, that went to Oklahoma teacher Rebecca Peterson, and we're still proud of her final spot. When her final spot was announced back in January, Kilma said she was excited to prove how indispensable teachers are to our community.
I'm ready to show the nation how valuable and vital teachers are to the health and future of our society, as I inspire others to view our job as respected, desired, and prestigious.
Kielma has been a teacher in Connecticut since 2002. She was selected as a finalist due to her creation of an inclusive environment where all students feel valued, accepted, and treated with equity. The Teachers of the Year will meet with the President, First Lady, and Education Secretary Miguel Cardona tomorrow at 2 p.m. And we have much more.